Hi, my name is Grant Kramer and I'm a professor emeritus at the University of Nevada, Reno. Today I will be discussing in my 6th video on grape varieties, the grape variety Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer is an aromatic white wine and has good potential for the northern Nevada region, as it is the second most cold-hardy variety in our varietal trials at the University of Nevada, Reno Valley Road Experimental Vineyard. Gewürztraminer is thought to come from the Rhine River region of Germany, or perhaps even the northeastern part of France. So there was a fair bit of overlap between Germany and France. Its parent is thought to be a mutant, so they don't really know what the original parents are, but it's thought to come from Sauvignon, a very ancient variety from the Middle Ages. And from that, there was a mutation. So Sauvignon is also known as Sauvignon Blanc, not to be mistaken with Sauvignon Blanc. Those are two different varieties. Another name for Sauvignon Blanc is Traminer, and that's a German name for it. So again, it's thought to be a mutant of Sauvignon Rosé, which was a mutation of Sauvignon Blanc. Blanc refers to white, so the grapes were white or green in color, and the Sauvignon Rosé actually had a pinkish color to it. So Gewürztraminer has also a pinkish color to it. The difference between Sauvignon Rosé and Gewürztraminer is in the aromatic properties. Sauvignon Rosé was less aromatic, and the Gewürztraminer is distinctly more aromatic. Gewürz means spice in German, and Traminer is a German name, as I mentioned, for Sauvignon in France. Popular locations of where Gewürztraminer are grown are in the Alsace region of France, followed by Germany, Hungary, the Czech Republic, northern Italy, Australia, and the western United States. Gewürztraminer is typically grown and does best in cool climate regions, as shown here on the right-hand side, where Gewürztraminer is outlined in green. You can see that Gewürztraminer grows in some of the coolest regions that grapes can grow in. So it's listed to be growing best in region 1 in the California notation at 2,500 growing degree days or below. It's a cold hardy variety. It does best with cool days and cool nights to extend the season and allow the flavors to develop in the grape for the aromatic properties. In a warm climate, you would get much less aromatic qualities to the grape or the wines that are made from those grapes. It likes well-drained soils, but it's said not to do well in chalky soils. It's also said that it's difficult to grow, but that wasn't our experience at the UNR experimental vineyard. We found it to be a productive grape that did well and withstood the cold better than most of the other varieties, and was only second to Riesling. It has moderate vigor, and if you look at the leaves down below, you'll see on the left-hand side leaves with 3 lobes and then other leaves with 5 lobes. So leaves have 3 to 5 lobes, depending on the leaf you're looking at, and it has shallow to moderately deep U-shaped sinuses. The petiolar sinus has overlapping lobes and has a tooth margin. The shoot tips, if you look at the top here, are hairy and fuzzy looking and have slightly pinkish tips to them. The clusters are tight and the berries are round, spotted, slightly pink to more rouge color. The berries are thick-skinned and small. And the peduncle, which is the little stem that attaches the cluster to the shoot, is woody. We found that it was too difficult to cut those with scissors, and we needed a pruning shear for easy harvesting. Production levels for Gewürztraminer are good, but low compared to other varieties, from anywhere between 2 to 4 tons, where we saw something like 3 to 6 tons per acre for Riesling. It's grown with a vertical shoot positioning system. It's early to mid mud break and ripening, just a few days after Chardonnay for bud break and a few days after Chardonnay for harvest. At the Valley Road Experiment Station Vineyard, we typically had bud break at the beginning of May or even a week or two before that in April, depending on the season. And we almost always harvested right in mid-September. And that gave us approximate seasonal length of about 150 days. The grapes at that time were fully mature, so we never were threatened by frost. And the Brix ranges were between 23.5 to 24 degrees Brix, with the TAs coming in between 4 and 6, depending on the temperatures for that year. So the acids were lower than most varieties in our vineyard, which is typical of Gewürztraminer grapes. The aroma and flavor descriptions of the fruit and the wine are that it's a very aromatic variety with distinct aromas of lychee and rose petals. Lychee has similar chemical compounds in it as identified by gas chromatography mass spectrometry as does Gewürztraminer. It generally makes wines of higher alcohol because of that higher sugar content and has lower acidity than most of the other varieties. It produces a rich, luscious golden color, and multiple styles of wines can be made from this variety. Just as with Riesling, one can make a dry wine, which is without any residual sugar, to semi-sweet or even dessert-style wine. There are over 20 plus clones at the Foundation Plant Services at UC Davis. You can find out more information about them at this link listed below. And here are a few pictures of different clusters, some coming from the UC Davis site here with a more yellowish color, and the pinkish to rouge colors coming from the site at JKI in Germany. I think that Gewürztraminer has good potential for northern Nevada for the following reasons. Nevada Sunset Winery in Reno, Nevada was awarded in 2021 the best of class for its Gewürztraminer wine that was made from northern Nevada grapes in the prestigious San Francisco Chronicle Wine Competition, which is the largest wine competition in the USA. It was compared to Gewürztraminer wines from California, Washington, and Oregon, and even New York, and the wines were found to be superior to wines that were produced in those other regions. In addition, it's the second most cold-hardy vinifera variety behind Riesling of the 17 grapevine varieties grown in the Valley Road Experimental Vineyard. And finally, it is an aromatic and versatile wine that can be made in different styles. So in summary, Gewürztraminer has good potential for northern Nevada. It has early to mid bud break and early ripening time periods. It is productive and cold hardy, and it makes best of class aromatic wines in northern Nevada. Its best wines come from cool climate regions, and our grapes produced an aromatic wine from our region. So the region was not too warm or too hot to produce such good aromatic qualities as represented by the wines from Nevada Sunset Winery.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like it on my YouTube channel. And if you want to see more videos, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel, as there will be many more like this one. Have a great day.